Once again, good morning and welcome to the December 2018 commencement exercise of the Robert H. Smith School of Business. To follow today's proceedings, please turn to page 4 in your commencement program, where you'll find a ceremony guide followed by a list of graduates receiving the Master of Business Administration, Specialty Master's, and Bachelor of Science degrees. You will also find additional information about the Robert H. Smith School of Business. Leading the academic procession will be over 600 members of the graduating class of 2018. They, in turn, will be led by 2 column marshals. Following these graduates will be representatives of the Smith School's illustrious faculty and staff, led by Dean Alexander J. Triantis and Senior Associate Dean Ritu Agarwal. Note the leaders of each group will be carrying maces. Since the Middle Ages, university processions have been preceded by the carrying of the mace, a symbol of the university's authority to govern itself and to grant degrees. Now, let's all please welcome the graduating class of 2018. Please rise for the playing of the national anthem. Please be seated. Presiding over these exercises is Dr. Alexander Triantis, Dean of the Robert H. Smith School of Business.
Good afternoon, graduates of the class of 2018. Good afternoon, family and friends of the class of 2018. Good afternoon to our distinguished guests and to members of the Smith School faculty and administration. From each of us sitting on stage, from every professor who taught you and every staff person who made your Smith experience possible, we offer a well-deserved congratulations. Give yourselves a round of applause. You should be proud. You've graduated from one of the preeminent business schools in the world. At the Smith School, the best students, the best faculty, and the most challenging problems of our global interconnected society come together in ways that are transformative and far-reaching. We are a center of collaboration, innovation, and fearless ideas. Every day, Smith alumni are moving beyond labs and lecture halls to make a genuine and positive impact on our economy, our society, and our world. Today, you become one of those fearless leaders. You will go out into the world armed and ready to live lives of meaning and purpose, create value for your organizations, and impress the heck out of everyone who meets you. Many of you are wearing cords and multiple stoles today in recognition of your activities and academic honors. One such cord I'd like to point out is rose gold in color and designates students who contributed to the senior class gift. It is a special person who will give back to their school prior to graduation, and I would like to thank you for your generosity and leadership. If you're wearing a Smith Philanthropy cord, please stand so that we can recognize you. Thank you. The occasion of your commencement is a time to celebrate journeys, to celebrate beginnings and endings and all the amazing things that happen in between. Today, we will look back on your journey and look forward to your future. Some members of the platform party will be introduced as the program proceeds, but at this time, I would like to introduce other platform participants. If you could, please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. Christopher Dax, Assistant Dean of Development and Alumni Relations. That was a test. Let's see about the second time around. Professor Martin Loeb, Chairperson of Accounting and Information Assurance. The other way. If you could, hold the applause until we're all done. Professor Michael Fu, Chairperson of Decision, Operations, and Information Technologies. Professor Basu, part-time MBA program, faculty director for the Baltimore and Shady Grove campuses. Professor Paolo Procno, part-time MBA program, faculty director for the Washington, D.C. evening program. Professor Christian Desho, part-time MBA program, faculty director for the Washington, D.C. weekend program. Professor Lu Liang, academic director of Masters in Finance and Masters in Quantitative Finance, and also representing the Department of Finance. Amanda Barber, representing the Part-Time MBA Association. Dan Yuan, representing the Smith Masters Student Association. Faik Zargar, representing the Smith Undergraduate Student Association. Professor Srivardhan Lele, Assistant Dean of Academic Affairs for MBA programs. Professor Judy Frels, Assistant Dean of Online Programs. Patricia Reich, Assistant Dean for Career Services. Professor Tom Corsi, Academic Director of MS in Supply Chain, also representing the Department of Logistics, Business, and Public Policy. Professor Kay Bartol, Chairperson of Management and Organization. Professor Stephen Brown, Academic Director of MS in Accounting. Professor David Gaddis, Chairperson of Marketing. Professor Ilya Ryskov, Academic Director of MS in Information Systems. Professor Frank Alt, Academic Director of MS in Business Analytics. Professor Yogesh Joshi, Academic Director of MS in Business and Management. And now, let us applaud. This platform is not large enough to contain all who have played an important role in making this day possible. In this regard, a special debt of gratitude is owed to the outstanding faculty of the Robert H. Smith School of Business and to the very dedicated staff who have given so much of themselves to the graduates. At this time, we respectfully request that all attendees remain seated throughout the entire ceremony in order to provide full recognition to all graduates. Okay, so let's begin by hearing from members of your class, the class of 2018. Dr. Ritu Agarwal, Senior Associate Dean for Faculty and Research, will now introduce our first student speaker.
Thank you, Dean Triantis. I'm now pleased to introduce student speaker Dahlia Baumann, who is graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Finance, minoring in Art History. Dahlia's outstanding performance as a scholar has been recognized with a number of honors and awards, including as a sophomore Wall Street Fellow. Dahlia has also been an incredibly involved leader, serving as the founder and president of the Smith School's Women in Finance Mentorship Program, which connects women finance majors with women alumni, leaders from firms like Morgan Stanley, Citi, Credit Suisse, and Barclays. She also served as co-chair of the National Hillel Basketball Tournament Board, organizing the largest intercollegiate Jewish basketball tournament in the country, as vice president of the Real Estate Fund, and as a fund manager for the Tammet Group. Dahlia will begin a full-time role with Goldman Sachs in New York as a private credit analyst in July. Please join me in welcoming Dahlia Baumann.
Fellow graduates, faculty, staff, family, and friends, it is an honor to be addressing all of you today. Congratulations to my fellow Winter 2018 graduates who likely either came in with AP credits or are still regretting adding that second major during junior year. Either way, we've made it. We've survived freshman year 8 a.m.s, countless research study participations where they claim you get money but you walk away with a bag of M&Ms, and the fried smell of Rudy's seeped into our clothing. We have grown and developed new and important skills, such as how to sneak through the crowd at the employer of the day desk, grab a donut, and slyly avoid a conversation, how to do everything in our power to convince our group project team that we don't need to meet in person, and how to consider Friday the first day of the weekend. Sorry to break it to you, but it's not. But seriously, we've learned how to build a network, manage and lead groups of people, build Excel models, run a business, and so much more. So for that, we should be proud, and we should thank the professors, faculty, and staff that have helped us make it to graduation today. When beginning to write my speech, I couldn't help but think, what do I have to offer to a group of my own peers? We've heard all the classic graduation lessons before. We all know that failure can lead to success, that hard work pays off, and that we must be passionate in everything we do. So rather than share lessons that I need to hear myself, I stand here before you today to use these few minutes for personal reflection, in hopes that you do the same. My growth as a person, a student, a leader, a TERP, has been tremendous over the last 3.5 years. I came in as a freshman determined to succeed, but a bit lost, a bit confused, and admittedly nervous. I think we all felt that way. While I was joining clubs left and right, diligently taking notes in my BMGT 110 class, and just beginning to learn the ropes of college, I found a group of upperclassmen that put me on a path to success. These students taught me everything I needed to know about Wall Street, answered every one of my ignorant questions, introduced me to their contacts, but most importantly, they encouraged me to push myself to new limits. Instead of simply scrolling through news headlines, they advised me to read every article in the daily Wall Street Journal. Yes, in paper form, some of us young people still know how to do that. Instead of simply remaining a general body member of various clubs I was in, they urged me to take leadership roles in every one. And rather than aim for the positions I thought I had a chance for, they pushed me to chase the positions I never thought I could land. I can say confidently that without their support and friendship, I would not be where I am today. These people have become some of my closest friends, and some have even become colleagues. I know that I'm not the only person in the room with a story like this, and I'm sure that almost everyone sitting here today can think of those upperclassmen, mentors, alumni, or whoever they may be that have helped them get to where they are today. We have all worked incredibly hard to accomplish our goals, but we surely have not done it alone. In the spirit of high expectations, it wasn't over once I secured an internship. I had an obligation to help those lost, confused, and nervous freshmen find their way, just as others had done for me. There was no true way to say thank you other than by giving back. We have all experienced firsthand this incredibly collaborative, close-knit community of students eager to help each other succeed. This willingness to help is what distinguishes Smith students. So, not necessarily a lesson, but rather a reminder. We have been given an amazing gift, the gift of education, of support, and of community. We must use this gift to help others succeed. We may all be heading in different paths towards different careers, cities, and even countries, but at the end of the day, we are all Terps. As Terps, as graduates of the Smith School, and as leaders, we must always remember those that helped us succeed. So today, I challenge you, the graduating class of winter 2018, to pay it forward. The next time you find a passionate undergrad or analyst looking for guidance, remember those people that have helped you achieve your goals and give back. As the great philosopher Denzel Washington once said, at the end of the day, it's not about what you have or even what you've accomplished. It's about who you've lifted up, who you've made better. It's about what you've given back. In closing, I'd like to thank all of the professors, faculty, and staff of the Smith School. On behalf of my fellow graduates, we could not have done it without you. I'd like to thank my parents for their willingness to trust me and allowing me to find my own path, no matter how difficult it may have been. So, fellow graduates, congratulations on making it to this incredible milestone in our lives. I wish us all success wherever we may end up. Congrats.
Thank you, Dahlia. That was incredibly inspiring. I'm now pleased to introduce our graduate student speaker, Mark Costello, who is graduating with a master's in business administration. Mark began his part-time MBA program in Baltimore the very first month he moved to Maryland. He became an involved and enthusiastic supporter of the program, serving as the track rep for his cohort. on the Part-Time MBA Association Special Events Committee, and participating in mock interviews for his fellow students. Eventually, and inevitably, he became a Smith School ambassador, where he represents the school and helps promote the Part-Time MBA program to prospective students at events like Super Saturday and throughout the year. Mark is a territory manager for Ryerson, a 175-year-old metal fabrication and distribution firm. Please join me in welcoming Mark Costello.
That introduction is true, but it only talks about my successes, not my struggles. What is missing from my bio is I grew up in the countryside of northern Illinois with no streetlights, sidewalks. I didn't even have a library card growing up. I'm an Eagle Scout, black belt, and lifeguard. I worked full-time as a swim instructor at a place called Itty Bitty Pool School to first put myself through Kishwaukee Community College and then through my undergrad at Northern Illinois University. I did not see myself living on the East Coast, but from the cornfields to the big city of Baltimore, I have the privilege of standing before you today. It's hard to believe it is over, but before the program started, it was hard to believe I would make it through. Did not think I had the time between work, school, and my sanity. I knew there was a world out there worth exploring. Sometimes you need to leap, and the net will appear. Good afternoon. My name is Mark Costello, and I'm receiving a master's degree from the University of Maryland Robert H. Smith School of Business. So class of 2018, I'm here to challenge you to maximize your time, be a lifelong learner, and stay involved. Now we're going to look at time management through the glass of a pickle jar. Some of you may have heard of the pickle jar theory before, but you empty out one of those large glass pickle jars, like the kind you get from Costco, and that finite amount of space represents your day, your life. You fill it up to the top with rocks, representing your main goals for the day. It's full, right? Now you add pebbles to be the events and relationships to fill up the cracks in between, and you quickly realize there's space you did not see before. Finally, you trickle in some sand to fill up in the margins that are available. Life happens in the margins. I cover Maryland, Delaware, and DC for my job, so as you can imagine, I spend a good amount of time driving. We like to call that windshield time, which is a good chance to make phone calls or to catch up on podcasts. If I knew I wouldn't have the time to read an article, I'd find the audio to listen to while driving. So instead of mindlessly scrolling through brunch pictures on Instagram, read or get some studying done. We're all busy, but if it is important, you will find the time. My classmates inspire me. We were all working full-time and going to school part-time, but on top of that, many had families at home, started new careers, or even worked on multiple graduate degrees at once. So instead of bragging about how busy you are, try filling up your day, your life, with tasks, events, and relationships that are meaningful to you. Start a hobby, make a new friend, read a book. Just maybe avoid case studies from Harvard Business Review for a little while. This leads me to my second point, be a lifelong learner. Our finance professors may have different ideas about the best investments, but I believe the best investment you can make is in yourself. Now that I'm done with the program, a lot of people have been asking me, Mark, what are you going to do with all your newly acquired free time? Honestly, I don't know yet. I just know I do not want the newly acquired time to vanish into thin air. It is amazing how much time you'll have not sitting in class multiple nights a week or an entire weekend. My nights used to belong to linear regressions and Michael Porter, but now the night is ours. My dad is a truck driver and the hardest working man I know. He always told me, do something where you can work with your brain. And that has always resonated with me to help drive home the importance of education. We live in an information economy. In the working world, you are no longer just compared to your peers or your neighbors. We're competing on a global scale. This year, I had the opportunity to study abroad in Tokyo and Singapore. I was the only Baltimore student to go on the trip. Luckily, from attending Smith events, I had met students from other cohorts and campuses. The CFO of the Part-Time MBA Association, Chris DeWitt, even reached out to me asking if we could be roomies. So I extended the trip with a group of students to visit Kyoto and Osaka. Global studies would have still been an amazingly educational experience, but if it were not for those connections that I made, I would never have visited those places. This brings me to my final point, stay involved. University of Maryland, and specifically the Smith School, have an extremely deep alumni network. Hopefully one day I'll be back in College Park walking down Mark Costello Hall, but for now, I'll settle for coming back to help with alumni mock interviews. So continue to stay involved, stay in touch, and leverage the resources that are available to you. When we are all successful beyond our wildest dreams, cruising on our yachts, it's important to remember to get back to your Smith community and always lead fearlessly. So congratulations to each of you. Parents, grandparents, significant others, faculty, caffeine, and anyone else who helped us along the way. We should all be incredibly proud of our time here at University of Maryland. We got a world-class education, and soon we'll have a piece of paper to hang on the wall. But we also had some fun along the way. Happy hours, ugly sweater parties, sunset cruises, and more happy hours. But parents, despite all the happy hours, I swear we managed to make lifelong connections, learn about ourselves, and hopefully make you proud. You all believed in us, but now it is a time we believe in our own power to make a difference in the world, even if it is at the slow pace of a terrapin. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mark. Great advice for all of us, and we'll be talking after this about Mark Costello Hall. Never too early to start. Well, it is now my great pleasure to welcome today's commencement speaker, Jason Cohen. Like you, Jason is a proud Terp with an undergraduate degree in marketing and finance here from the University of Maryland. After college, Jason went on to work for Northwestern Mutual Life, where he quickly became one of the top producing insurance salesmen in the country. But his true passion was for entrepreneurship. Not everyone has what it takes to launch a company, scale it up, and sell it to investors. Jason has done it 7 times in 15 years. He co-founded Mama Says Biscotti in 1999 and ultimately partnered with Kellogg's, selling the business at age 30. Jason quickly moved to his next project, which was to make healthier foods taste good. The startup's flagship brand, Sensible Portions, rode a wave of demand for a new product called Veggie Straws. It caught the eyes of Costco, BJ's, Walmart, Sam's Club, Whole Foods, and other outlets, driving revenue to $100 million in 5 years and earning a sale price of $110 million. Jason then partnered with an emerging startup called Skinny Pop Popcorn, and in 3 short years, the company went from $7 million in sales to $1.4 billion IPO. More recent multi-million-dollar successes have included Chef's Cut Beef Jerky, Core Water, which just sold last month to Dr. Pepper for $525 million, and Mrs. Thinster's Cookies. Through it all, Jason has given back to his fellow Terps, serving on the board of the Dingman Center for Entrepreneurship and the Smith School Board of Advisors, and creating a lead trust to benefit the Dingman Center. Jason is a principled and committed leader and a loving husband and father of 2 who has remained humble even while enjoying tremendous success. I can think of no finer role model for you as you begin your careers. Please join me now in welcoming the creator of Veggie Straws, Jason Cohen.
Alex looked hungry. No eating. Thank you, Dean, and thank you to the faculty and staff for having me here today. Congratulations, class of 2018. Congratulations to the graduates, but also to your friends and family. And thank you for that introduction, Dean Alex. I am extremely humbled by your comments. I've been looking forward to this moment with my wife and kids, Jordan and Haley, as they're in the audience. And maybe, for the first time, they don't think I'm such a putz. Honestly, my wife is super smart. And when I help my kids with their homework, they run immediately to their mom to make sure it was done right. Maybe now, giving this commencement speech, my kids can finally realize I'm not such an idiot. In all seriousness,
I'm sure some of you have been called a putz or an idiot, but it's okay. You're all obviously smart. How do I know? Because I also graduated from the Smith class of 1996. I'm positive I graduated because I checked the yearbook last night. I'd be willing to bet that it's a lot harder to get in today than it was when I applied. So with even that, congratulations on this enormous success. Despite Alex's overwhelming introduction, I can assure you, when I was sitting in your seats, I was nothing more than an average student. But I had big hopes and big dreams. Some people say, Jason, you really have amazing luck. But the truth is, we all make our own luck. In my first company, Mama Says Biscotti, we had sayings tucked in the cookies. One particular one that always stuck with me was, when your ship comes in, make sure you're not waiting at the airport. The point of this is that luck only happens day after day when you're at bat. Sitting at home complaining or watching what other people are doing is not being at bat. Now it's time for you to be at bat and make your own luck. I've had the pleasure of interacting with a number of students and have the ability to give out the Rudy Awards over the last 2 years. I've even invested in some of your ideas. I really hope those pay off. I'm sure they will. I've been at the Cornerstone Bar, or what's left of the VU, and for the parents in the audience that know what a front of the line pass is, you know what I'm talking about. Today when I go with my friends and family, my friends love going up to the bar and saying, hey, that guy in the corner, he created veggie straws and was part of Skinny Pop. It's a very humbling experience because I can honestly tell you I had no idea what I wanted to do. In fact, I couldn't get the right job when I graduated. If you told me I'd be standing here today with household name brands, be the CEO of one of the hottest incubator companies in the world, or be a commencement speaker, I would probably, no, definitely, think you were nuts. So the point of all this, don't have graduation anxiety. It's okay not to know your path yet. It's okay to not even have a job. But I'm going to give you some advice to help you figure that out along the way. The first piece of advice, and this one's really important, start the morning with Owen-based protein drinks, eat veggie straws, cauliflower chips, and Skinny Pop, wash it down with core water, and don't forget to have some chef's cut beef jerky. No, I'm serious. I am. Some people call me an inventor. Yes, I've created some new foods and changed the way people eat, but as of today, every person in this audience is an inventor. What do I mean by this? You now have the opportunity to create your own life's journey. In our company, we spend approximately 4 years developing a product, sometimes 4.5, sometimes 3.5. So just like you guys who spent the same thing 4 years developing yours. Guess what? This already makes you an entrepreneur. Now it's time to test your product in the marketplace. The good news is you can always modify, tweak, or learn how to make your product better over time. You are the CEO of you. You are the product. Whether that means building an empire, creating a family, or doing charitable work. So here is some more advice I've learned along the way. Number one, watch, listen, and learn. I will never forget the look on my parents' faces when I graduated this fine university and told them I was going into the life insurance business with no salary. Honestly, I wasn't sure I was thrilled myself, but I decided I would use the experience to meet and learn from as many successful people as I could. As it turned out, I happened to be in the same office as one of the top-selling insurance agents in the country. So I decided, instead of going out and selling insurance right away, like the rest of the young recruits, I would shadow him for 120 days. Why? I really just wanted to learn what success looked like. While everyone wanted to see what insurance sales looked like, I wanted to see what it looked like to be successful. What does success look like? How does it walk? How does it talk? It's getting to know the person across the desk and finding out what is most important to them. Maybe it's the insurance policy, probably not. Most of the clients are trying to keep their lights on, or they're trying to figure out how to get more business. You wouldn't know those answers unless you asked those questions. If you can fill the person's needs beyond what you're offering, you've built an irreplaceable relationship, and no one can take that away from you. My mentor wasn't just selling life insurance, he was selling solutions to people's problems. And in doing so, he was selling himself. This works in finding a job as well. Most people are hiring you in hopes that you will be making their job easier. So make sure, when you're on your interview, to let them know that. Don't show up in a hoodie or put anything on social media that you don't want your future employer to see. And don't send out emails tonight leaving the bar or ever. See, once it's in cyberspace, you can never delete it. We all have benefited from texting and technology, but it takes personal connection to build a relationship. Every now and then, send a personal thank you, a handwritten note, not an email. In fact, do it after every interview. It's the personal and personal notes that matter. I spent 4 straight days during the holidays writing these personal cards to every single person who touched me throughout the year. And if I forgot you, I'm sorry. I don't think I get more than 1 or 2 of those back, and probably 80% don't even respond, but I know I am doing something genuine and kind. It's also good to let people know how important they are to you. Relationships come in all forms. I talk to everyone. And one important rule of mine, treat regular people like celebrities and celebrities like regular people. What does this mean? Talk to everyone and remain humble. I recently came out of a meeting in Virginia that went okay, which means not great. But I didn't get exactly what I wanted. While the rest of my colleagues ran back in the car, texting their friends, looking at their email, checking their Instagram, I handed the driver one of our beverages and started a conversation to the airport. He told me my drink was great and asked whether or not we sold that product in the airports. I told him we were having trouble getting it in and we didn't know that particular buyer. He immediately said, I used to drive for the CEO of OTG, which is the largest concession company for the airports. Within seconds, he had that CEO on the phone and told him he was in the car with the guy who created the best protein drink ever and that he would kick his ass if he didn't bring it into the airports. The CEO started laughing, and long story short, talked to everybody, because in February, our drinks are now going to be in all airports. You never know, thank you. You never know when your luck will strike, so be humble and talk to everyone. Your Uber driver, on the way home from graduation, he may have the solution to your problems. Speaking of which, you never know who's sitting right next to you. Right now, today, I want you to pause for a second, turn to your right or left, shake the person's hand, look him in the eye, and say congratulations. Oh, wait. Wow, you guys have voices. You didn't do that through texting. That's pretty cool, right? 10 years from now, maybe someone in this graduating class is someone you wish you knew. When I was in the undergraduate program here, I was running up and down the halls of Denton Hall selling T-shirts. There was another guy running up and down the hall selling roses. Turns out that guy was Kevin Plank, founder and CEO of Under Armour. I wish I had stopped Kevin in the hallway. Maybe he would have given me an idea for a T-shirt company. The person who you just shook hands with could possibly be the next Kevin. Before you leave Cornerstone, Bentley's, or Turp Tuesday tonight, inebriated perhaps, talk to 4 or 5 classmates you've never met. You never know when your paths may cross, and you don't know how that meeting may benefit you in the future. Not every person here will start the next Under Armour or food conglomerate. It doesn't matter. I think it's good to also recognize failure. In fact, my advice is to actually highlight your failures. It means you know how to beat the odds. You've overcome adversity, and you've turned a negative into a positive. I love hiring those types of people. I know my kids are going to hate hearing me say this because they're straight-A students. They obviously get that from their mother. But I don't love hiring straight-A students because they haven't learned how to fail. And it's so important when you're going into those interviews to highlight that you know how to deal with stress and overcome adversities. So don't worry about your GPA. When they hand you your diploma, there's no GPA anywhere on it. It's just going to have a different name. I'm hoping some of this advice will help you. If I can stress one more point, a lot of you are here feeling that you owe obligations to somebody else based on what they've done for you. Do not start, I repeat, do not start your path based on someone else's ideas of what is right for you. It's okay to be selfish. It's your life, and you need to do what you feel is right. It's your life now. Accept those responsibilities. It's your diploma, not your parents', not your grandparents', or anyone else's. Listen to yourself. Who thought we needed another airline? I guess the CEO of JetBlue did. You know who I listen to? My kids. One of my advisors on my board is always a 6-year-old. I'm not kidding. In my world, things have to taste great. When a friend tells you they don't like something, they say it's not so bad. But a kid will tell you, ugh, that's disgusting. My kids have always been my taste testers. Veggie straws would not exist without Jordan and Haley's approval. So you need to find your own audience as well. You don't want a bunch of yes people around you. You want people who will inspire you and make you travel the road less traveled. That's a big part of being an entrepreneur. We embrace risk because we believe we are going to change something about the future and ultimately get compensated for our sacrifices. And now is the time for you to take risks. At your age, you've got less to lose. When I started Mama Says Biscotti at age 26, my former partner and I had put all our eggs in one basket. We put everything on the line, and we thought everything was perfect. We signed up for one of the largest trade shows in New York City, and just when the show started, first person who came by immediately told us our pricing and our strategy was too high and it wouldn't work. We were devastated. We were just about to pack up and walk away defeated when a chef came by and said he was looking for something that wouldn't melt on a pillow in the desert. He happened to be the chef of a new hotel called the Venetian. Turns out, we solved his problem, he solved ours. We had a path to success. We started making our own luck. There are many other stories just like this where we seized the opportunity, where we made our own luck. Just when you think it's over, don't give up. Do not give up. So my final advice is to start your journey now. Be kind. Don't be afraid to ask for whatever you want. If you don't get it, ask again. Above all, believe in yourself. Remember to be humble. Now go invent yourself, and when you do, pay it forward. Come back to campus. Help another student. Mentor somebody. Enjoy every moment along the way. You've deserved it. You deserve it. And that includes enjoying yourself, your family, and friends. Thank you for having me. Let's go Terps!
Thank you so much, Jason, for those inspiring words, and we want to present you with a Terp of your very own here.
Awesome.
So here you go.
Thank you. Does he eat veggie straws?
A professional photographer will be taking each graduate's picture as they receive their envelope. In order not to obstruct the view of other guests, family and friends are asked not to enter the floor for photographs. Also, we remind all attendees to please remain seated throughout the entire ceremony in order to fully recognize all of today's graduates. Dr. Michael Falkender, Associate Dean of Master's Programs, will present the candidates for the master's degree. Will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration, Master of Finance, Master of Quantitative Finance, and Master of Science degrees please rise?
Dean Triantis, I am pleased to present the master's graduates.
I am honored to recognize these graduates who have successfully completed all requirements for the Master of Business Administration degree, the Master of Finance degree, the Master of Quantitative Finance degree, or the Master of Science degree.
Will the graduates please be seated? Mr. Dale Vanderwall, Assistant Dean of Strategic Operations, will introduce the MBA graduates. We will now recognize the graduate who is a member of the Platform Party.
Mark Costello, Master of Business Administration.
Will all the Master of Business Administration, Master of Finance, Master of Quantitative Finance, and Master of Science graduates please remain seated until directed to the platform to receive our congratulations. Ms. Nicola Daniel, Associate Director of the Finance Department, will introduce the Master of Finance and Master of Science graduates.
The following students are Masters of Business Administration degree candidates. Brenna Self. Jessica Sweet. Kenneth Kalemi. Rory McElroy. Richard Hoggard. John Peterson. Adam Maholka. Stephen Richard Sessa. Kim Angela Herman. Monica Chandra. Shirley Ann Aqua Asari. Dareen El Agib. Anna Christina Leah. Stephanie Paige Donmoyer. Whitney Nicole Jonah. Kenyetta Toomer Barnes. LaShonda Gidney. Victor Polycarpio. Ryan J. Somerville. Adnan Khalid. Samantha Flax. Emily Evans. Samuel Otu Adum. Brandon Ruloff. Stephen Horvitz. Amanda Bartosik. Alana Nelson. Also earning a Master of Public Policy. Mylene Matsibo. Safa Razegi. Emily Valentino. Ajwa Ade Minta. Gillian Maramy. Tracy White. Macy Smith. Vanita Kong. Hendrik Han. Melissa Farzin. Jared Ricks. Terrence Johnson. Jerry Candy. Aisha Toussaint. Janelle Edens. Julian Williams. Pooja Sampathi. Jyoti Sardana. Catherine Murphy Lubowitz. Amy Tram. Stefano Cassoni. John Cloth. Andrew Sakai. Justin Valerio. Christina DeFeo. Kavanaugh Livingston. Evan Farha. Christopher DeWitt. Franklin Phillips. Marshall Wright, Jr. Andrew Black. Matthew Egon. Vanessa Graff. Alexander Kong. Catherine Key. Samantha Fallon. Max Hedgepeth. Stephen Sandora. Courtney Martin. Dennis Dechekevsky. Priya Gupta. Ashley Delks. Natalie Revord. Ian Rosansky. Lindsay Conway. James Platke. Christopher Waddell, also earning a Master of Finance. Elizabeth Dow. Ann Gladchuk. Jacqueline Watkins. Adrian Grosso, also earning a Master of Public Policy. Joshua Hinshaw. Derek Davis. Rachel Keeling. Emily Zankman. Michael Mara Powers. Hank Scott. Martina Bishai. Clara Savage. Ian Lyle Grethid, also earning a Master's of Accounting.
And once again, Ms. Nicola Daniel, Associate Director of the Finance Department, will introduce the Master of Finance and Master of Science graduates.
The following students are Master of Science in Accounting degree candidates. Zhang Mengchen, Lu Weijia, Wang Jinfeng, Wang Yanlin, Shen Yuxiang, oh my God, Vivian Chiaba, Qi Yongzheng, Glory Ibirim, Clarice Lebong, Monica Chang, Jae-Hun Lee, Jung-Hyun Park, Pan Se Chang, Zhang Xiaoxue, Wang Sijie, Lu Zhengtian, Yang Xiyun, Huang Jiayan, Chen Ziyun, Su Jiaqi, Chen Youqi, Zhang Yuguo, Zhou Yiqi, Huang Weige, Li Ailin, Song Yixin, Meng Yifeng, Huang Jie, Yang Tiange, Zhou Tianyue, Han Wenjie, Sun Yu, Sun Li, Li Qianrong, Shen Yixin, Yu Ningzhe, Chen Sijia, Ma Yue, Zhou Rui, Jiang Yilei, Dai Yanqing, Wang Lin, Guan Yawen, Wang Anqi, Liu Chenxi, Niu Tianyi, Wei Zhang, Chen Chang, Wang Jian, Huang Chenli, Yu Kai, Zhang Yuanli, Zhou Yiling, Chen Yuqi, Zhou Ruoyang, Xu Jialu, Tang Yijun, Sha Feng, Samuel Richardson, Matthew Leonard, Wu Nianjun, Xia Tianning, Yao Du, Zhao Yihan, Huang Jiaxin, Guo Chenxi, Wang Ce, Christopher Rowley, Leighton Gibson, Yang Xiong, Yejide Giva, Ngozi Osei, Fode Diata, Sundyama Nijal, Haley Smith, Ashley Fireschreck, Johanna Aragon, Shinaik Williams, Cao Yuxiao, Guo Ying, Zhao Xuetong, Xiao Yingxue, Zhang Yating, Zhang Anran. Is that it? Okay. The following students are Master of Finance degree candidates. Tony Githens, also earning a Master of Business Administration. Raimundo Carvalho Cruz. Nicholas Hostler. Wang Xuejin. 邱喜凯、樊炳克、杨宇轩、魏毅、王小天、焦伟一、郑舒伦、贺行代、Xu Haoyang. The following students are Master of Quantitative Finance degree candidates: Xu Liyun, Wang Siwei, Li Siting, Jawahira Iqbal, Li Yiyang, Kui Rulin, Ma Shuyu, Ma Shiyu. The following students are Master of Science in Business and Management degree candidates: Shrita Reddy Vutukuru, Lu Jiaying, Andrew Isaacs. The following students are Master of Science in Business Analytics degree candidates: Jacob Ren, Ali Saleh, Lavanya Ralabandi, An Yuzheng, Sandipan Datta, Anuj Patni, Lei Ming Rui, Guo Jingying, Toby Chung, Aparna Hanamantu, Zhang Jinyu, Wang Xuening, Lu Jiaxin, Gu Xin, Liu Xiao, Gao Yujing, Nie Mengting, Wang Yimin, Zhang Haoyue, Jia Nan, Wang Meng, Mao Yechun, Gao Kaige, Cao Yue, Zheng Xingchen, Lu Jingyi, Yu Jiayun, Lin Wenxin, Chen Guanyu, Zhang Wanxin, Cao Taiming, Dong He, Zhang Yiqi, Zhao Yali, Huang Jieyu, Shi Xinyue, Tan Jinqin, Guo Lei, Su He, Zhang Jiayi, Tan Xin, Xu Tianhang, Li Jiaming, Chen Weixun, Lu Enshao, Cheng Qianli, Cao Zixuan, Guo Jia, Shen Chuqiao, Wei Jie, Yan Xin, Fu Runxia, Luo Qiyao, Mao Shuaiyu, Liu Chang, Liang Qiangwei, Yang Ying, Su Zimin, Huang Ziyi, Yu Peiyan, Ji Lingling, He Xinyi, Ying Wu, 黄延气、李浩言. The following students are Master of Science in Information Systems degree candidates. Zhang Yihong, Chen Jiayu, Anshul Gedam, Sanya Engineer, Sun Zhibin, Tony Liu, Michael Luk, Nicole Cheng, Chen Yue, Hu Jiapei, Lu Siyu, Zan Yuhang, Sagar Kanwalker, Wang Yi Jie, Sun Jiajing, Wang Lu, Hong Mingchen, Hu Qihan, Han Qiming, Huang Zixiao, Gao Yunxiao, Qiu Zhuoyi, Jin Shuan, Feng Yuxin, Xu Jingjing, Feng Jiayue, Wang Yuzhe, Xu Weili, okay. Ye Wenhao, Yi Chuan, thank you. Zhang Fan, Zhang Lingling, Zhang Zhe, Zhuo Ang, oh, Zhou Zongdi, sorry. Venkata Sadaneni, Vijaya Koneru, Rashi Tandon, Gautam Raman Subaraman, Nirajani Anantha Krishnan, Muskan. Okay. The following students are Master of Science in Supply Chain Management degree candidates. Alexandra Masyuk, Shruti Srivatsan, Andrew Green, Ogonia Nanmani, Lindsay Wilt, Sarah Al-Jahani, Lin Huihua, Chi Siyi, Min Jae Kim, Zheng Xinlun, Wang Di, Li Jingyuan, Zhao Wangnan, Ni Mengjia, Wang Li, Dalal Alawad, Pan Tianqi. Okay. Is that it? Am I done? Or I have more coming up? I don't know if it's me.
Dr. Victor Mullins, Associate Dean of Undergraduate Programs, will present the class of 2018 graduates. Will the candidates please rise?
Dean Triantis, I'm pleased to present to you the class of 2018 graduates.
I am honored to recognize these graduates who have successfully completed all requirements for the Bachelor of Science degree.
Will the graduates please be seated? Dr. Rebecca Ratner, Associate Dean of Academic Affairs, will introduce the graduates. We will now recognize a graduate who is a member of the Platform Party.
Dahlia Bauman.
Will all graduates please remain seated until directed to the platform to receive our congratulations?
The following students are finance majors. Rami Fatouche, Rabi Najjar, Jonathan Chen, Brian Jarrett, Christopher Johnston, Nicholas Rubinowitz, Carolyn Ernst, Heejin Kang, Anthony Ferraro, Shane Finkelstein, Nay Choi, Don Nguyen, Almami Bangura, Departmental Honors, Christine Ims, Alexander Mikhailovsky, Benjamin Sima, Masha Kamelniker, Bradley Kuhl, cum laude, Megan Lippert, Karia Ashkar, Susanna Hassan, Joshua Herman, Marie Canol Nyava, William Hogans, John Wallerstedt, Amy Chong, Nish Desai. The following students are international business majors. Asiya Abrakmanova. The following students are supply chain management majors. Brady Berman Magde, Julia Zhen, Jason Johnson, Tan Ning Yang, Garrett Thrush, magna cum laude, Ryan McCunney, Fidel Kwame, Anadar Lizeth, Reza Hernandez Ernau, Vu Nguyen, Jack Sotelo, So Jung Kim. The following students are management majors, which include students in the entrepreneurship track. Matthew Turner, Joshua Davis. Samantha Thomas. Megan Freiner. Ming Yi Wu. The following students are accounting majors. Nima Omumi. Jasmine Chang. Jessica Angel. Lior Israel. Eileen Zahorsky. Diana Saltos Herrera. Rachel Land. Patricia Linares. Ellen Palma. Caroline Morella. Ashna Rajpal. William Liebler. Benjamin Kornblatt. Fadi Ashkar. Chi Huang Wen. Abigail Kigame. Joseph Cayley. Pablo Checa. Kati Pham. Samantha Lee. Kendall Cogan. Shannon Harmon. Kenneth Hurley. Stephen Koch. Aliu Jallo. Abdul Adesanya. Julia Delahunt. James Garrett. Samuel Patron. Nicholas Santariano. The following students are marketing majors. Sarah Ahn. Charles Barton. Isaiah De Cruz. Eric Elliott. Alla Bliskovsky. Anna Ergeta. Mayat Letupki. Karen Huaman. Anna O'Brien. Fiorella Ramey. Yin Yin Liao. Christopher Lucci. Taylor Reed. Morgan Herbst. Alexis Wallstetter. Daniela Frankel, cum laude. Bethany Luers. Ernie Gomez. The following students are information systems majors. Arthur Coleman. Jair Coleman. Gustavo Franco. Brett Gill. Stanley Lake. Justin Lee. Ruben Lavelle. Jake Otenwelder. Vincent Torkia. Hui Nguyen. Min Kyung Shin. Kimberly Pham. Ji Yun Park. The following students are operations management and business analytics majors. Margaret Allison, summa cum laude. Kyle Edelin. Caitlin Findley. Shifali Singh.
Well, once again, let us all congratulate today's graduates. Graduates of the Robert H. Smith School of Business, it has been a real pleasure to share this special day with you. My congratulations to each of you on the accomplishments that have led to this day. We also honor the people who supported you, who believed in you, and who in many cases paid for you. The parents of the class of 2018. It is with great hope and optimism that we at the Smith School send you out into the world. I am certain that you will lead diverse and accomplished lives. I know you are happy to have your classes behind you. This may be the end of college, but not the end of learning. As you continue to learn, I hope you will share your knowledge, your insights, and your experience with us. And I hope that your life will lead you back to this learning community, to mentor students, serve on a committee, speak to a club, or continue your education. Graduation is a significant achievement made possible by your own hard work, but also by the support of your friends and family members. As you graduate, I also offer you the Smith School's encouragement and support. Take advantage of our alumni networking opportunities as you pursue your career. Stay in touch with us, and we will stay in touch with you. The Alumni Relations Office is even now checking your address and the spelling of your last names. We hope you have a long and mutually beneficial relationship with the Smith School. Every member of the Smith community is very proud of your achievements. We wish you well on the journey ahead, and I look forward to hearing many good reports of your successes in the years to come. Congratulations. I wish you all the best.
Will graduates and guests please be seated and remain seated until the faculty has recessed. Once the faculty have recessed, graduates are asked to please exit the arena by any of the stairways from the floor. In addition, we ask that all guests and graduates please exit the arena immediately following the Smith School ceremony in order to allow guests arriving for the next ceremony to take their seats. Thank you all for your cooperation. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a peaceful and prosperous new year.